We came to a place near to where we had found boy and girl the previous day, and it was not very long before they appeared.
Come on, boy. Hey, girlie. Come on, girl.
They came up and greeted us most affectionately, and from movements in the long grass, we could tell there were other lions there too. I hoped that from seeing boy and girl's behavior toward us, they would accept me. I needn't have worried, for soon I was waist deep in a sea of lions. It was really a most remarkable situation. Here was I in a remote corner of Africa, with 7 lions behaving with almost more affection than my own dogs back home. But I knew full well that this situation could never exist had it not been for the patience, devotion, and understanding of George Adamson. The young lions, they weren't cubs anymore. I could only remember as I'd seen them 2 years before, and they were very much smaller then. Now one of them, Suswa, had started to grow a mane. Poor Rugus had been very much in the background since he'd been ticked off by Boy, but he at last joined in and reasserted himself most diplomatically. He decided that Suswa had taken the best seat on the Land Rover, and more or less politely requested him to leave. So with Ugus once again king of the castle, we drove back to camp. It all seemed far removed from the life they might have had in a zoo. Walking to the river, the lions were very well behaved. Quite frankly, I thought rather better behaved than my children back home. It seemed almost as though they knew they were going for a picnic. A rhino we passed was obviously most disturbed by the sight of this rather strange procession. The lions were quick to notice this. For a moment it looked as though they were going off to hunt. But perhaps they realized they were biting off more than they could chew. I don't think the rhino quite believed it. As a matter of fact, I found the whole thing quite hard to believe myself. There was no possible chance that we would ever see another human being. With miles and miles of land untouched by civilization in front of us, in an incomparable way I felt as the first explorers to the interior might have felt 100 years ago. But I knew George was exploring deeper territory, the relationship between animals and humans. And that's how I think I'll always remember George. A man and his lions, fast asleep under a tree, sharing a moment of understanding almost beyond human comprehension.